Hello everybody, my name is Tom and today I'm going to give you a short demonstration of the RandomizeIT software by TatSoft Apps. If you go to our website at www.tatsofapps.com and purchase the software, you will get a download link which will give you this executable right here. And the way you get into the system is to double click that, all right? And that will bring you to the welcome screen. From there you can click this button and get to the logon window. Now, the logon window you'll notice has a help button. In fact, all the windows on our software have help buttons, and they really are helpful, and we encourage you to use them. In the case of the login window, the help button provides you with the username and the password that the system ships with. System is the username, the password is manager. Okay, so we could enter the system right now with system and manager. But I just wanted to show you that you can change your password by clicking on this change password button. You'll be prompted to enter the old password, the new password, and then select one of these security questions. For example, mother's maiden name. If you selected that, you'd put her maiden name here in the security answer and you would save it. Okay. And then the next time, if you ever forgot your password, you'd click on the forgot password button. Your question that you chose earlier would appear here, which would be mother's maiden name. And then you would simply type right here the answer that you provided earlier and then click on the get password button and the password would show up here. Okay, but let's just go ahead and log on with what the system shipped with, which is system and manager. Now we do have the I icon here in case you think you may have fat fingered that password. Okay, so let's go ahead and log in. Now when you first log in, you'll be presented with the import window. This is where you would import your file that you want to use to do random selections from. You have two choices. You can import a 3-value import file or a 4-value import file. The 3-value import file has ID, first name, and last name, and the 4-value has ID, first name, last name, and company name. For example, if you're a clinic, you may want to do the 4-value so that you have your company name on there. Okay? And the way you select the 4-value is simply clicking on that radio button. 3-value is a default. So if you just want 3-value, you don't have to do anything. So, and you would select new import file to randomize it button to go ahead and import that file. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But you'll notice that there's another button here. Randomize it with previous import file. Okay. You could click this button here and it will explain to you that we save the last import that you did in the database that gets installed when you install the software. So you can always come over here and you'll notice it says total records to choose from is 20. Well, we haven't done an import yet. Well, that's because the last time we ran the software, we did an import that had 20 records. It saved that for you. So if you want to use the last list or the last import file that you used the last time, you don't have to do an import. You can just simply, when you get to this import window, you can just simply say randomize it with previous import file. Okay, and we're going to show you all this here stuff later. All right, but let's say that you do want to import a file. And we're going to show you to do the 3-value first, which is the default. And I'm also going to show you the 4-value, but let's show you the 3 first. All right, so when you click on the select new import file to randomize, you'll get this box that will allow you to navigate your hard drive. Okay, and I have files set up for this demo right here in employee files on my C drive. And since we said we're going to do a 3-column, let's do this one. Now you'll notice here that it's telling me how many records I'm going to import. That's how many is in that file I just selected, 70. And you'll notice this is a 3-value, so ID, comma, first name, comma, last name. That's your 3-value import file. That's the way they look. And you can browse all the data here with this scroll bar and see all the data you're going to import if you'd like to do that. Okay, so let's import that file. Now, it's telling me that import speed depends on CSV file size and your computer processing speed. You'll be notified when the import finishes. Begin import. Yes, it's done already. Okay. Now, this little box here is saying, congratulations, all 70 records imported successfully. Would you like to go to the Randomize It window to perform your random selections now? If I said no, it would simply bring me back to this window that you're looking at here. and I could clear and do a new import or whatever I wanted to do. But I'm going to say yes and go right to the randomizer. We've already imported these 70 records. Let's go yes and go to the randomizer window. Okay, now as you can see from the randomizer window, you can select drug, alcohol, drug and alcohol, and alternates. You can also choose by number or percent. Okay, this field over here is mostly for clinics. Um, let's say that you're a clinic and you want your clinic name to show up on the random selection report. You would put that here. It's optional. Okay, this radio button is for generating notification letters. I'm going to explain that in a minute. Okay, so we got 70 records. Let's say that we wanted to do 5 drug and let's say, I don't know, 5% for alcohol. Now 10% would be 7, so 5% would be 3.5. We don't round up. That's going to bring back 3. Okay, and let's say we want 1 drug and alcohol, and we want 1 alternate, and I want to generate notification letters. What does that mean? Let's go ahead and do the random selection here so you can see it. We're going to get 5, 6, 7, and this is going to bring back 3, so we're going to get 10 records, which you see here. Random records returned as 10. All right, there are the records that got selected from these 70. We selected these 10 for random selections. Now, I had clicked this generate notification letters. What that says is for every one of these people that were selected in the random selection, I'm going to create a notification letter that you can give them. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Okay, so now we've done our random selection. Let's save it. Okay, it's telling me that the random report was created and saved in your random reports, random selection reports folder. The notification letters were created and saved in the random reports, notification letters folder, both on your C drive. So let's go look at those. Now, when you install the software, it automatically creates a random reports folder on your C drive, which you see here. And inside that folder, it creates these 3 subfolders. And I'm going to explain each one of those. CSV file reports. You'll notice on this window that your data here, you can save as a CSV file just by clicking this button. And it'll put a CSV file for that data in this directory. And this is what they would look like. And you can use that to import these into a spreadsheet and do anything you want with your data. So that's kind of nice. All right. Now, the random report that we just created gets put in the random selection reports folder. So let's go look at that. Remember, we got back 10 records. Here's the random report that we created. This is what it looks like. It tells you the report type, random selection report, the run date, today, report generated by Southside Medical Clinic, because we put that in there in that optional field, software used, the original file size was 70. Total records returned were 10. Of those 10, 5 were drug, remember, and 3 were alcohol, and then we selected 1 each for drug and alcohol and alternates. And here's the report. Individuals selected for drug testing, here are the 5 individuals. Individuals selected for alcohol, here are the 3. And then your drug and alcohol and your alternates each had 1. So that's what your random report looks like right there. Okay? Now, we also said that we wanted notification letters. I want you to notice that on this random report here, on the name of it, it has a run ID. It has random reports outside medical clinic and today's run date, but it also has a run ID, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. The run ID is 64492. So let's go back here. Remember, we said generate notification letters. Now you'll notice that this folder, which contains the notification letters, these are the 10 notification letters for the random selections we just did. Well, that folder has a run ID on it, and it matches that run ID with the random selection report. That is so you can tie your notification letters to the proper random selection report, okay? Because you're going to have a lot of folders in here every time you run one and do notification letters. Okay, now here are the 10 that we did. There are the 10 records. Each one of them, it created a notification letter. So let's go look at one of those and see what they look like. Okay, again, report type, random selection report notification letter. Report run date, today. Report generated by Southside Medical Clinic, software used, the employee ID, the employee name, and the test type that he was selected to take, alcohol. Okay? And then down here, an employer signature and a manager's signature. That is what a notification letter looks like. Again, these are optional, but you can get one for every individual selected simply by clicking on that radio button. All right, so that's what a 3 value looks like. Now let's go back to import, and I want to show you a 4 value as well because the reports change. So this time we're going to click on that radio button for a 4 value import. And we're going to go out here again where I have these files saved, and we're going to select one that has 4 values, and we're going to look at that. Okay, here's one that has 20 records, but it's 4 columns. Now you'll notice this time it has ID, first name, last name, and then a company name. Okay. I just want to say too that these comma separated files that you use for import are really easy to create. You can create them from a spreadsheet. Just when you save it as a comma separated file. But you can also create it from any text editor like Notepad or whatever. And you just simply, type the ID, comma, first name, comma, last name, comma. And if you're doing company name, go ahead and do that. And then enter and do the next record. And we can help you with those as well. Okay, so this time we're going to import a 4 value. So let's go ahead and do that import. And it's done already. Okay, so let's go to randomize it. Now we have that one. That one had 20. So let's say this time we wanted to do 2. And for alcohol, we wanted to do 10%, which will also bring back 2. And let's do 2 drug and alcohol and 2 alternates. So that's going to bring back 2, 4, 6. That's going to bring back 8 records because the 10% will bring back 2 as well. So we're going to get 2 of each this time. And we'll go ahead and do the Southside Medical Clinic again, and we will generate notification letters. All right, and there are your 8 records. So let's go save those and go look at those reports and see the differences. Okay. So now, random reports. Now our random selection report that we just did, which is this one here, you'll see that we had original file size of 20. We had 8 records returned. There's 2 each for drug, for alcohol, for drug and alcohol, and for alternates. But you'll notice that now, in addition to having the employee ID, the first name and last name, we also have a company name because we did a 4 value import. Okay. Now, likewise, with the notification letters, and again, let's go back and see what that. So for our random selection report for this one, the run ID was 48452. So now when we go to our notification letters, you see we're getting a couple of them in here now. This is the one, 48452, that goes with the random selection that we just did. And there are the records. Okay, we can look at one of those. And now also on the notification letter, we get a company name here, which we didn't get before because we selected the 4 value import. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and take this back some and close that. Okay, so now the only other thing that I kind of really wanted to show was what happens if you try to import a file with a bad record. So I happen to have one out here. I'm going to go ahead and select that and show you what happens. So again, I have these saved on my C drive and employee files. And I have a bad record here, this one right here. It's a 3-column import and it has a bad record in record number 6. And we're going to look at that. So let's go look at record number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll notice that in record number 6, right here before Miller, there's an apostrophe. Apostrophes are not allowed in comma separated value files. So this, when I try to do this import, it's going to blow up, but I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Okay, So I'm going to click import and look there. Import failed, bad record number 6. So it's telling you which record failed. You don't have to try to figure it out. It tells you what record, it even gives you the person's ID. So what you would do, since you know it's record number 6, you would go back to that file, fix that record number 6, and re-import it. It's that simple. Okay. Um, so that's about wraps it up. I can't think, I don't want to let this video get too long. Um, Again, you have help buttons on all your windows, and they are helpful. Um, like for example, here on the help button, on the import window, it actually shows you an example of a 3-value import and a 4-value import. And it's just, I suggest you look at the help buttons. This is pretty user-friendly software. It's actually fun to use. And but if you need help, the help buttons are there. That'll wrap up this demo of the Randomize It software by Tats Off Apps. My name is Tom. Thanks for watching. Um, have a good day.